Chicago. Ordinary cops are losing the battle against the super freaks. Then a miracle happens. The Chicago PD lets a green guy into the ranks to try and help out. So at the request of Matt Hickman, we're going all the way back to 1992 and the golden age of Image Comics. Become a patron and make your own requests. Massive spoilers are massive for the Savage Dragon comics. You've been warned. On with the show. Savage Dragon number 3. We open on a talk show ready to welcome Mr. Peter Kaplan, who's making his first appearance publicly since he had to get a new haircut due to a fire months before. Truly riveting stuff. But while waiting in the green room, Peter sees a news flash about a big breakout at Stronghold Penitentiary. Wow, Stronghold Penitentiary? Right next to Hard Time Prison and the Pokey Huskow Maximum Cooler Jail? Sorry. He sees this, and when an assistant producer or just a stagehand comes in to get Peter to come to the stage, he's gone. Though a point for The Simpsons being on TV drawn well, but minus a point for getting the "Hey homie, I can see your doodle" quote wrong. Wow, I'm in a mood today. Then we cut over to Dart, who's at the Stronghold Penitentiary breakout, doing pretty well on her own, until Mako comes out of nowhere and knocks her on her ass. Among the rioting, I think that's Cutthroat from a few issues ago, sees Hardware, who's been trying to cut a plea with the cops against Overlord, the head of the Vicious Circle, so Cutthroat shoots him dead. But more pressing than that, Mako is beating the daylights out of Dart. But Star, that vigilante we really haven't seen do anything other than the Howdy forever ago and the backup story a couple issues ago, comes in to help. He saves Dart, but the two heroes are no match for the sheer amount of baddies, with Dart even being shot in the shoulder. But suddenly, Mighty Man flies in and saves Star and Dart, flying them far away. Dart begs for Mighty Man to go and stop the jailbreak and the villains, but he says that he can't do it, and flies off. The next day, Dragon is back from New York City, and Alex picks him up from the airport, with Dragon actually seeming pretty chill. Alex brings up that she was checking out Frank, and Dragon may be right about him since Dart had never even heard of Frank Darling, even though Frank kept saying that he was trying his hardest to get a new superpowered officer to help. They agree that someone must have gotten to Frank. So after changing into his uniform, Dragon and Alex go to the hospital to visit Dart. Dragon makes jokes about her saying that Mighty Man saved her, while Dart is thoroughly pissed that Dragon wasn't around to help with the jailbreak. But when they get into a heated yelling match, Nurse Ann comes in and tells Dragon to leave since he's upsetting the other patients. I actually love this for the pig-headed nature of Dragon coming up with all, "Who even asked for her help?" with Alex going, "You dumbass." Later, Frank is on the phone with Skullface, who's just doing a general threat of, "Hey, I hear your first kid's gonna be born soon. Good for you, still be our pawn or else." But Frank has to hang up because Dragon is standing right behind him. However, Dragon didn't hear enough of the conversation to just be anything but uber mad. He then goes back to his desk, where he's told that the crazy woman that thinks she's Dragon's mom keeps calling. And there's actually a break in the murder-suicide of Debbie Harris. The person who shot her was her ex-boyfriend, and right before he went to Dragon's place, he had a half-hour conversation with Bonnie, Debbie's mom. But suddenly a new villain, the Fiend, Kool-Aid Man's through the floor, but he gets trounced hardcore by Dragon, and then a barrage of police fire kills him, turning into a dude from accounting. Apparently he was demonically possessed. Actually, that's kind of a neat story twist. And in DeKalb, Illinois, police finally arrive at the house, finding the two bodies that had been rotting for months. They hear a noise from the basement, and a cop opens the door to discover, well, something that shocks him, but we don't know what until next issue. So Dragon's return to Chicago was pretty eventful, with massive movement on basically every storyline going on, and even some that didn't exactly exist before. From the top. Before Dragon even went to New York City, he brought up how he didn't like leaving, being basically a rent-a-cop for the rest of the country because of how it hindered him being able to do good where he lives. So seeing what he was up to in the Big Apple with the Turtles really plays well to see the ever-loving beatdown that Dart and Star got during the breakout. And then seeing Dart and Dragon go at it at the hospital also shows that Dragon's bullheaded nature acting against what he's brought up before. It just works really well to me. As for the story bits themselves, we're seeing the Frank betrayal coming to a head, but more on that as it comes. What was pretty huge on this was that we learned that Debbie's murder was possibly by her mother turning her ex-boyfriend loose, though Dragon assumes correctly that it was a gambit meant for him. Yet he doesn't want a righteous vengeance. He actually brings up that knowing that she led to the death of her daughter may be punishment enough, so there may actually be some leniency towards her by the police because of that. It's something that really pushes that Dragon may be, well, not over her, moved on to more pressing issues. The new threads of the demonic possession came up, and I'm hoping that it links over to the decab stuff. However, that is for another day. Tomorrow, in fact. So come back tomorrow and let's see how things come together.